Okay, now am I on? I am. Okay. He's having a heart attack there. We gotta turn. Oh, it's because I turned my laptop audio. That's why it seems so loud. Hopefully this starts a new game. I swear if it doesn't. Okay, it is. Thank God. Because I have one for my main account. I don't know if I'll stream from that. Be quite unusual for a while because I've been used to coasting on my main account with I have the free Dr. Ratio. And then I have Robin. So it'll be an adjustment to play on an account with nobody.
Seems I came at a bad time.
No. I think you couldn't have timed it better. 23:47:15 system time. Very punctual, Kafka.
Elio always tells the exact future. So what's with the explosion just now? Was that also part of his script?
So I've only played through like basically the prologue and a little bit into the first world that you go to. So this actually will feature me surprised about things.
You did that?
No. The Antimatter Legion did it. They completely invaded the space station 2 system hours ago.
Alright. So do we need to fight the Legion?
I don't know. Elio didn't say anything about it, so it doesn't matter.
Got it. So from now on, I'll be in charge of this operation.
Copy. Can you let me have some fun this time? Our last few operations turned out to be pretty dull.
Sorry, I'm afraid there is not much I can do for you. Our task this time is just to place the target properly. But if you want to go look for some fun yourself, I won't stop you. I mean, after all. After all, Elio didn't put it in the script. Why would it matter? May as well kill them all.
Okay, use basic attack on a selected enemy.
Didn't hurt.
I never use sprint on my other things. On the phone, it's hard.
Who's this? Hurt?
Yeah.
She looks so young. She was already famous in the last Amber era, no? She has to be at least 100 years old.
She's a member of the Genius Society and an emanator of Noose the Erudition. She could probably age backwards if she wanted.
Now, I will say, I have not, like, read any of this, so that part will be a surprise.
Yeah, I seem to recall that over half of the Genius Society's 80-odd members had a normal death. Wasn't there someone who lived for a dozen days or so? What was their name?
That's pretty normal. Aren't the immortal bosses in games always waiting for the protagonist to come kill them? Immortality is not always a good thing.
Oh, what an Alliance joke. Legion become so weak?
I could only attract this much. Did you really want the entire Legion to come here?
Oh, this lot won't be able to slow down the Astral Express crew. Who's this?
No idea.
Are there other portraits?
This is Xander. Xander 1 Kuwabara. First genius in history.
The one who supposedly created Noose?
Yeah, that's him. If the legends are true, then he was a man who created an Aeon.
Well, they better be false. I don't want to be a Xandar hunter.
I know this person. She's the Lord of Silence. Hoka Kakamand. See? Her face is all blank. She had destroyed all of her own portraits and sculptures in the entire universe.
I'm not interested. Hurry up with our real business.
Well, I am interested, so you better get used to it.
Who's this old guy with a white beard?
No idea. A society member?
Hey, Silverwolf, look. It's Screwlum, your good old opponent.
Huh? I told you already. I didn't know it was him.
Oh, that battle was how Alio got his eyes on you. Imagine someone actually able to crack Screwlum's code. First Screwlum, then Herta. There's probably no one else in the universe who offended two genii in such quick succession. It must be destiny.
Seems like I'm the real Destiny slave here.
I just want to do all this stuff, because on Genshin it's not quite as interesting, because I've already done a lot of this stuff, but here it's kind of interesting.
This won't take long. Didn't hurt. Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
Cleaning up other people's mess isn't in my job description. You know, Kafka?
Yeah. Where did you send it, Silverwolf?
Some random coordinates, not important. You care about where that Void Ranger ended up?
Of course not. I'm just amazed at this fancy technique of yours, as usual.
Just a little trick of tampering with the data of reality. I wouldn't call it fancy.
What were you looking at so intently just now? Let me see.
Herta's Toys, a catalog featuring the space station's collection of rare items. They've got a lot of interesting gadgets.
Her voice just so does not match how I feel like she would talk.
Like what?
Like, she gives off very teenage vibes, but her voice does not give that off.
There's this gun. It can rate any creature within its crosshair as a score from 0 to 100.
Doesn't sound very interesting.
Aren't you curious about how much you would score? I
Hello!
kinda wanna know mine.
Fine, I guess we can swing by and play with it if it's not too far. What's our destination?
Go down the corridor behind the door on the left. There's a room where some kind of rare item is stored.
Welcome to the stream.
So that's where the Stellaron is.
That's where we can find out where the Stellaron is.
I'm good, how are you? Welcome to Herta Space Station. If your pursuit for the limits of life had extended to the universe itself, or if you question whether the debate about universal truths had truly been settled, if you long to reproduce the initial state of cosmos, or if you obsess over symbols and scrolls, once again, welcome to Herta Space Station. Knowledge and answers can be found here within countless unknowns and novelties, and you will wield the mattock to unearth the answers that you seek. However, in order to immerse yourself in the exciting process, a simple foundational step must be taken: becoming a research staff. If you who are currently reading this document are only an astronomic hobbyist, we apologize, as your exploration of the cosmos has ended when you began your journey. Please cherish your tour at the reception hall. This may be the closest you will ever get to knowledge and intellect. Yeah, so I have a main account that I was playing on my phone. So I've played a little bit of it and I've liked it so far. This will be my first time playing on my PlayStation, but I had to wait till I had a PlayStation 5 before I could play it. Welcome to Herta Space Station. The secrets of the universe are a topic to which many scholars have dedicated their entire lives. They are complicated enough that they cannot be fully described in any language, yet so mundane that anyone can spot them in every nook and cranny. Whatever the case may be, the scattered life forms in the universe have jointly crafted a masterwork that is simply known as civilization. On the journey to pursue the scattered hints about the universe's true nature, we are inevitably drawn to the same guiding stars. Charming and enchanting, they have enticed many seekers of knowledge into dedicating their lives for just one glimpse of the truth. The Herta Space Station is a shaded walkway built along the path lit by those guiding stars. We pick up fragments of the Lost Symphony to reproduce the feast of the glorious past. We decipher the essence of unknown technologies to glimpse the dazzling gleam of civilization crystallized wisdom. Scholars are boats that sail across the vast cosmos toward the end of its expanse. The answers silently waiting on the other side are the best motivation for our advance. We hope you will be able to immerse yourself in the allure of the unknown and the thrill of knowledge in Herta Space Station. Entrance application. Please email us according to the template provided on our official website. We will arrange a time for you to visit us. Due to the number of pending visitors, your request will be responded to within 180 working days. Areas open to visitors: the space elevator, the reception hall. Special note, each person will be allotted 30 minutes for the tour. Areas involving research are strictly off limit. Oh, thank you for telling me my reading is nice. I want to say, oh my gosh, I'd have to pull it up on my, let me pull it up on my phone, my main account. Because this one, obviously, like, I am just in the beginning. But I want to say my characters are at, like, level 30, maybe, on my main account. I've never played on my main account on Twitch. That's because I just got my PlayStation, so let's see what this tells me. It's gonna yell at me and be like, why haven't you logged in a while? So I'm at level 30. I do love Dr. Ratio, and then on my personal account, I just got Robin. So I really like her. I really like to have her sing while I'm fighting. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, let's preface something. I know, the bad thing is this account isn't going to get the free Dr. Ratio, but that's just kind of how it worked out with me moving and graduating and getting my PlayStation. I'm from the US. Not really going to share, like, where I live in the US. On that day, Scholar Cleo from the Candelagraphos asked me, is there something you would like to write for the universe? I told her there was nothing, and she replied solemnly, please just write something. It's a request from the IPC. To be honest, I've never thought about this before. The Genius Society has its own rules and rarely ever shares anything with the outside world. Actually, why should we care about what happens to the universe? Our research and discoveries make us happy. That's more than enough. Even if the cosmos were to go into all-out war, we would be able to take care of ourselves with our abilities. However, judging from a different perspective, what harm could it do even if I were to write a book? None that I could think of. In fact, I'm not the only one who thought of publishing in the history of the Genius Society. Xander, member number 1 of the Genius Society, wrote a book before. Aiden, member number 22, we saw him in the hall. An inventor of the 9-worded formulae, also wrote a book. To my knowledge, Screwlum, member number 76, also wrote a booklet a few amber eras ago to educate its butler on the maintenance of a large computer management system. Besides the great news, the erudition also stored all the information within its body. Isn't this also a form of writing? Having thought all of this, I feel it would not be a bad thing to actually sit down and write a book of my own. The IPC sent someone last week to deliver the down payment for the book. I was shocked to see the number of zeros on it. I began to think seriously about writing. First, I need to explain the content of this book within this preface. It will not contain any of my groundbreaking discoveries, nor will it have intrinsic mathematic deductions, though I am famous for the above. I wish to display my true self here. Truth be told, I want to write a book about the universe, aeons, factions, and everything else. I've had more frequent interactions with other worlds in the past amber eras. I began to work with the IPC, assisted Jean-Jo in their battle against the abominations, got my hands on numerous collections from the Astral Express, and stirred up some trouble with the Garden of Recollection. I've been more active recently than I've ever been before. I've noticed that truly interesting things in the universe aren't its cold laws and rules, but the aeons formed of highly condensed philosophy and the foolish, conniving humans gathering around the aeons. This is what I want to write. The lonesome gods and their insouciant followers. I hope the readers will find the book satisfying. Thank you, IPC, for your sponsorship. I seem to get a lot of non-US people in my streams. I'm from the US. Like, I just lived in a different state. I just moved. I finished grad school. I was actually living up by you in Wisconsin, and I got a job, so I moved down here. I live in the South now. I will say that. I live in the South, so you can send snow. It'll just melt. It's really, really hot right now. And it's good that I'm good at reading because I am, in fact, a librarian. That's what I went to school for, and I now have a real job, so I can say that I'm a real librarian.
I'm curious about the tastes of someone who used their own name for a space station.
Never seen the real one. Saw plenty of her portraits, though.
Ah, what a pity.
The good thing about all of this is that I struggle sometimes with the phone, playing on the phone, because it gives me headaches because it's so small. So this will be good. And unlike Genshin, where I pick everything up following a map, we are just gonna grab random stuff. I saw a thing for treasure. Am I going crazy? I must have just been like hallucinating. Yeah. Yeah, I really must have just been hallucinating that. Okay, sounds I mean, I do have a Discord, but it's not really for the channel. It's like a personal Discord. So I'll be honest, I do usually make people wait a little bit before I give it out. Just because...
The central area of the space station is up ahead.
I don't know.
Lots of Legion
If I had
agents
enough
there.
people in my streams at once, maybe I'd
Okay.
make like an actual like channel Discord. Oh, I was playing Reverse 1999 for a while. Also on my phone, obviously. But
Can you let me have some fun this time?
Relax.
ouch.
This combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find my Discord name. That's the other thing I'm like. Ah. Man, It's like putting me through security to send this. Okay. There we go, I accepted. Oh, okay. Yes. Well, it was really weird. I went to send the Whisper and it made me do email verification and then it made me do a text verification on top of that, and I was like, it's not I didn't feel like I needed that level of security. Okay, that's all stuff I'll do later.
Hold it. Someone or something is up ahead.
I have to say, so far, I don't like the sprinting. It's really weird. It just doesn't feel right. That's my only complaint so far.
Looks like we're the ones getting ambushed.
But they're the ones getting besieged. That breathing sensation. Remember it.
Yeah. You definitely can make money. I'm not at the point where I'm making money. To be honest, I'm not.
Never last.
I'm not trying to make money
bye.
currently.
Not a single soul here. Impressive evacuation work.
Guess
Heard
we're
of
finally
organizing
getting to the
herself?
part where my character comes in.
According to the access history, she hasn't logged in here for over 6 months. The evacuation was directed by the acting lead researcher, a girl named Asta.
It doesn't ring a bell. Oh, right. Elio said we wouldn't run into Herta. It seems she really isn't here.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll get real big off this and Maybe I quit the
Where's the
library
Stellaron?
gig.
Elio's script doesn't include any info about the location of the Stellaron, which means in the future he foresees...
We would find the Stellaron in a non-physical way.
This space station is packed with extraordinary objects. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one that can make it happen.
Well, hiding something extraordinary with something extraordinary. This is pretty Herta. I assume you know what to do? I mean, you've read the catalog for quite a while.
I've got all the clues we need. The only piece missing is a simple trick. Help me investigate the terminal in this room. Our item might be inside.
Okay, the stage is yours.
What kind of business?
I can see the whole space station on the surveillance screen, but not the Stellaron.
Even if you could, it'd be a trap. Herta doesn't display her collections.
I can't see the memory storage for this terminal.
This is the monitoring room. They must have deleted the records and made a run for it. Classic. Make your way over here then. There's no point in trying to search like this.
So, got a master plan? I'm all ears.
It's a matter of hacking the surveillance system directly.
Alright, nice to meet you.
Aha, I see. Herta's collections aren't in the system, so anything unaffected should be our target.
Simple, crude, but effective. Look, found it.
What's this?
Item number 211, Line Spot. A simple light deflecting field. It allows an object in its field to pass unnoticed, but if a different item ceases to be obvious, the object gets revealed.
So, Herta hides her collection with something as simple as this?
The simplest method is the hardest to spot. Isn't that our motto?
This is cool.
Strange thing number 2.
The data suggests it's just an ordinary hologram, but it has an added layer.
Let's take a look. Don't worry, this place won't be our grave. Interesting. She's a member of the Genius Society, all right.
The Stellaron is up ahead.
Indeed,
Has its own
it is up
security
ahead.
system. I guess even for Herta, Stellaron is no ordinary rarity.
Can you get it?
Of course. Even the genius Herta can't compete with me when it comes to hacking.
Good. Then I'll also count on you with the preparation of the receptacle.
The receptacle's ready. Your decision.
Elio said this decision will bring about lots of changes.
And
He
we
also
are
said
gonna go
it must be you who
Dell.
makes it. Want to give her a new name?
So, my main account is already named Maddie. I actually went with my own name. So, we're just gonna go with what I have my Genshin character on this account as. Which is Sadie. I think. I hope it's...
Why are you standing around? Having second thoughts?
Yeah, we've always been the ones taking Stellarons. It's the first time we're giving one out. There we go.
Poor little Sadie.
How much does she remember?
I'll remember you.
Time to get up. Oh. A space station, but that's not important.
I mean, it kind of is.
Listen, you are in a daze right now. You don't know who you are, why you're here, or what you're going to do next. You think I look familiar, but you're not sure if you should trust me.
I feel like I shouldn't.
None of that matters. All you need to know is that I'm leaving, and you will be left all alone on this space station. From now on, you needn't think about your past or doubt yourself. Listen, in the near future, you will encounter all kinds of perils and hardships, but you will also have many wonderful experiences. You'll meet companions who will treat you like family and embark on surreal adventures with them. At the end of your journey, all that perplexes you and troubles you will resolve. This is your future that Elio has foreseen. Do you like it? Lovely. Hey, remember what you feel in this moment. As long as you know in your heart where you're heading, you're guaranteed to see the ending of your story. That's the you I like.
How long do you think you need? According to the script, the Astral Express crew is arriving soon. We should avoid being seen by them.
I know, Silverwolf. Just give me another minute. I must leave now. Don't worry, someone will come and find you very soon. Just go with them. You won't remember a thing except me.
Why? Should I remember?
When you have a chance to make a choice, make one that you know you won't regret.
Weren't their coordinates sent out from the space station?
Who cares? They're here and alive. Do they look like a mannequin to you?
Weak heartbeat and pulse. March, you better do CPR.
Huh? I've never done it before. Don Hung, you do it. Wait, stop it! They're awake! Are you alright? Can you hear me? Do you remember your name? Aw, this isn't good. Can you try harder? I'm sure you can at least remember your name.
My name is Sadie.
My name's Don Hung, and this is March 7th. This space station was just attacked by the Antimatter Legion. We came to help with the rescue at the request of lead researcher Asta.
Uh-huh. A petite cutie with pink hair? Madame Herta appointed her to be the acting lead researcher. That girl really needs to step up. I can't believe her own employee doesn't even know her name.
But didn't we just establish that, like, I just told you I don't remember anything? So, like, no duh.
Goons owned by the Destruction. You're lucky the most dangerous Lord Ravager among them isn't around. Just some nasty minions. We'll take those invaders out soon. Don't worry.
Back to the Master Control Zone. Asta and the other researchers have gathered there.
Plus, that's where we parked the Astral Express. Don't you worry. We'll protect you from the monsters and clear up this mess. Danhong and I are members of the Astral Express crew.
Well, the Express has some dealings with Madame Herta, so we come to visit the space station from time to time.
We just so happened to arrive during this invasion. Of course, as a crew of heroes, we're happy to lend a hand. Yeah, you've never seen it? The Express comes here every once in a while.
It's a unique train that can travel between the stars with the power of the Trailblaze Eon.
I'll show you once we're back to the Master Control Zone.
You and March go back together. Arlan from the security department lost contact in the vicinity. I need to find him first.
Oh, all right. You stay safe.
Oh my god. And it's the same with Genshin now that I wear headphones so I play this. It's like I can hear every little thing and I can just hear every time they move their clothes.
Like a pack of wolves.
And
This
stuff.
trip won't be a walk in the park. It's better if you have something to protect yourself. Just a suggestion, though. You're safe as long as you stick with me. This place is full of fancy little gadgets. Herta's collection. I really don't get why she'd go out of her way to collect them and then leave them here to gather dust.
Okay, Curio log number part 1. Curio designation Astro Rod. Marks only as a collection item.
Enough
Research
dilly-dallying.
application
We gotta go.
is forbidden. A tool invented by Herta researchers to explore the geological structure of alien planets. Mainly made of the 108th elemental metal from a deceased planet, its body emanates a glowing blue radiance, appearing as if the user is holding nothing. The sensors at the end point to where the user came from and guides them on the way back. No matter how hard the geologic structure of the planet is, just gently insert the Astro Rod into the surface of the planet and it can analyze a great deal of geologic data. It is a sacred object in the eyes of these researchers who are fascinated with the study of planetology. And our related studies are Chadwick, Department of Cosmic Energy, or Cosmic Geography. Misa, Department of Cosmic Geography. Research notes. The Astro Rod. I've heard of it even before stepping foot in the space station, and now I can finally see it in its physical form. An Astro Rod is said to be the gift that best represents someone's love. An Astro Rod can point her in the direction she desires and tell her my feelings for her. Oh gosh. I did omit that name. Don't think I don't know what you're up to, from Bernard. Okay, number 56. Light of the Stars. Defunct. The Curio has been damaged during the invasion of Antimatter Legion. Do not submit research applications. A tiny, pristine, and well-decorated box. The container itself is clean and flawless, and it has 9 mini drawers on each of its 4 faces, not including the top and bottom faces. Within each drawer is a luminescent crystal that corresponds to a color on the starlight spectrum. Currently only contains part of its original pieces. The Curio is yet to be fully restored. We've got some studies on the Department of Insight and the Department of Implement Arts. So upset. Only 2 studies before it's my turn, and the Legion destroyed it. From Emily. Why does the Department of Insight like studying this thing so much? For all I care, you are all are the reason that it's defunct. Is that the same person from before? No. Okay. Number 148. Crack up conch. Do not expose to water. A polished conch covered in a pattern of planetary rings. Hold it to your ear to hear distant jokes told in the conch. As long as you can hold back from laughing, you can slowly obtain the power offered by the being within the conch. Those who try to gain power in this way will eventually die in a depression of unmatched intensity. Legend says 3 previous users are still alive and living in seclusion. Due to outdated research data, the crack-up conch will be reconditioned in the near future. All related papers are currently disabled. Please stay tuned. Thank you, Magical Conch. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't know what to do when I feel down. What is wrong with this thing? Why does it keep trash-talking me? My blood pressure's through the roof. Just how is it de-stressing? Let's just change its name and call it Crack-Up Conch Corrupted. At lead researcher Asta. When will this be updated?
It's the Antimatter Legion. So these... Stronger than you look. Seem to be quite the fighter.
Can't go there. And it's not gonna let us up there.
So we'll take that elevator on the central platform to go down to the master control zone. Do you know the way? I noticed that you're not wearing the space station staff uniform. Do you really work here? Memory loss, huh? You must have been injured. Never mind. I won't ask if you don't want to talk about it. Let's go. I'll take you to the safe zone.
It's just not fluid.
You have the worst luck running into me. With me out here, how can we lose?
Let's make it quick. Batter up! are made to be broken.
You can't run! My turn. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Take this! Just a scratch.
Try that again! You have the worst luck running into...
Rules are made to be broken. You've outstayed your welcome!
The good thing is you're not in a rush to do anything here.
I knew it. But it wasn't me. The Antimatter Legion must have broken it.
I mean, I wasn't accusing you.
Too bad Dan Heng's not here. He's like a walking encyclopedia. He knows a ton of complicated stuff. Maybe even elevator repair.
I don't know that one.
Whoa! Why are you here? And how did you get here before us?
I took another route to the upper level, and I saw you guys from up there. Arlan is in the control room. He's been injured, but not fatally.
I mean, that's good.
You found him. Will he know what to do about this elevator?
I suppose as the head of the security department, he should know.
Then let's go talk to him.
Okay. Oh my god, he's...
March, stay with the group. Don't...
Makes a fun noise.
Freeze! I told ya I could fight. Watch this!
It's too late to repent. The time is now.
You have the worst luck. You couldn't have done it without me.
Oh my gosh, this music was so weird for a second. I thought something was like scratching at my door. Okay, it definitely is from this. I just had to consider that for a minute. I was like, we are not about that life. Hello.
Hey, you're all together?
Yep, we're from the Astral Express.
Oh. Did Madame Herta send you to help?
It's just a coincidence. We came to deliver the rare relic Herta trusted us to find. We didn't expect to arrive during an invasion.
Why is the Antimatter Legion targeting you guys? It seems they just ignored the surface of the planet and came straight to the space station.
I have no idea. The Legion came at a very suspicious time, almost right after the security system suddenly failed. Lead researcher Asta immediately began to organize the evacuation. I was supposed to cover everyone as they evacuated, but I didn't expect to end up failing in this task.
I mean, you're just one person. Don't feel too bad.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Your leg and dominant hand were injured. It was a wise decision to hide here and avoid a head-on encounter with the Legion.
Yeah, most of the staff have been evacuated safely. So right now our highest priority is to return to the Master Control Zone and plan a counterattack. So, do you know how to use the elevator? I couldn't start it.
After the evacuation was complete, the elevators were all shut down to keep the Legion away from the Master Control Zone. Since Lady Asta sent you to look for me, I assume she must have given you the encryption key for accessing the elevator system?
Oh, right. She did give me some sort of card.
March.
But where did I put it? Here it is.
Now that we found the key, we should get going. We can use that console over there to unlock the elevator.
Let's go.
Hold on. I only activated the elevator on the highest floor. We'll have to go there to use it. Sorry. The space station was entrusted to Lady Asta by Madame Herta. I must do this for the safety of the Master Control Zone and the staff there. So I'll have to trouble you to take a bit of a detour. Sincerest apologies.
Huh? You're not coming with us?
My leg is injured. I'd only slow you down. I'll stay here and shut down the elevator once you've made it to the Master Control Zone.
You won't slow us down. And you should be able to shut down the elevators from the Master Control Zone, right?
Agreed. She and I made it here safely. And now we've also got Danheng. We're more than enough to protect you. Let us worry about the Antimatter Legion. You just follow us and keep yourself alive.
Thank you.
have anything here, brother?
Clemency? Never heard of it. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision!
Let's go.
Step aside. I have no interest in still.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Oh, we've skipped some chapters. Okay. Intelligentsia Guild. The universe is vast and without bonds, and your addition encompasses countless. Geniuses have their own ways with words, as the ordinaries have their own self-satisfaction. Aside from the Genius Society, whose pool of extraordinary talents merited from a personal acknowledgement for news, there is another organization that is motivated by your addition and tirelessly continues its studies and research, known as the Intelligentsia Guild. All personal bias aside, the hard work of the Intelligentsia Guild deserved a degree of respect. News Club is filled with weirdos, lunatics, lone wolves, antisocial geniuses, and outcasts. Though they continuously produced astonishing findings, they never share this knowledge with the outside world, let alone publish it, with this book as an exception. The philosophy of the Intelligentsia Guild is to instead communicate and share. Knowledge is a type of hard currency, and miracles are only brought about when currency is in circulation. As such, they exchange knowledge for wisdom and formulas for recipes. The IPC accepted and sponsored them in a very generous fashion, lending them the near infinite powers of the IPC and the technology to move across worlds. The scholars traverse across many worlds and collect all valuable knowledge, turning it into a commodity. The Intelligentsia Guild is more like a commerce group when compared to ordinary researchers. Their structure is built upon basic individual organizations of schools, each responsible for their own earnings and expenses. The scholars would research and trade the knowledge they've acquired in their area of expertise, trying to obtain truly priceless treasures this way. Following are a few more renowned schools for the reader's perusal. The Synesthesia School is undoubtedly the school that has made the greatest contribution to the cosmos. For a very long time, communication has been a critical issue that has troubled the IPC. The foundation of any trade is its contract. However, the drafting of a contract requires mutual acknowledgement of its terms, and there is a long and complicated list of languages spoken by intellectual life forms. The researchers of Synesthesia School worked to build a common thought bridge between the different species known as the Synesthesia Beacon that's widely used today. Thanks to the Synesthesia Beacon, all body movements, flash signals, sound vibrations, or the change in odor molecules, any sort of signal that holds meaning, will be converted into a thought pulse and translated into a comprehensible language. The first obstacle of communication has been overcome. The IPC used the synesthesia beacon as the foundation and built a giant database storing the speech and vocabulary of almost 100 million languages. Inscriptions are no longer a mystery. It is said that the IPC is still paying the Synesthesia School a hefty licensing fee each quarter. The school has the wealth of a nation. Reliable contact has informed the writer that the next research topic of the Synesthesia School will be long-distance communication via the ultra-remote sensing technology. This technology has already invented by Elias Salles, member number 56 of the Genius Society, put into the use of the Genius Society over 100 amber eras ago. But of course, the geniuses encourage the average Joe to continue to develop their own erudition. Astroecology School. This school views the cosmos as a large ecological observation subject. They are obsessed with studying the void-song whale, radiant jellyfish, and other organisms of the cosmos. The school earned its recognition for the discovery of the celestial comet wall. The IPC was exhilarated to hear the confirmation that this was an ancient creation of Cleopath, aeon of preservation. They paid the school an incredibly large sum of money, once again proving the old saying of work smart, not hard, to be correct. Candelabros. The Candelabros is the printing department of the Guild. They are made of countless authors, transcribers, typists, programmers, and workers who produce books. The school is founded upon the noble gesture of altruism, surrendering selfish scientific research and throwing themselves at the grand service of sharing wisdom with more people. The science of the Intelligentsia Guild is gathered here and organized into books to be published and sold to all the worlds. The most famous series is definitely The Traveler's Guide. Armed Archaeologists. This is a school passionate about cosmic exploration and archaeology. They are always heading to the most desolate planets and exploring the most dangerous ruins. Try to imagine a group of scholars armed to the teeth leading a dozen mercenaries out of an exploration vessel and crawling in and out of crevices of ancient buildings that have been forgotten for countless amber eras. They would leave behind the few fools that accidentally triggered various traps as an offering. Upon reaching their destination, they would dig up valuable artifacts and ancient writing before calmly laying down explosives and opening a path made from total destruction. They would then happily board their ship and leave. Some say they look more to be mercenaries than scholars, but that's up to each person to interpret. Quantum History School. This is a new school formed from the bankrupted Psychology History School. Its original purpose is to find the influences of disturbance and patterns of change hidden throughout history, and to make predictions for the future. However, they've become a group of scammers that use a series of complex calculations for fortune telling. The reason I've included the school is to wrap up this interesting piece of writing with a funny joke. Trying to see which one which one Dr. Ratio is part of. Maybe it doesn't say. Yeah, does not say. Oh well. Okay.
The repulsion bridge has been shut down?
Yes, to stall the enemy, more or less.
Rules are made to be broken.
There we go.
Hey, these shiny things. Are these light cones? I thought only the Interastral Peace Corporation had rare stuff like this.
No. Light cones are Garden of Recollection technology. They allow you to carry memories around. Very potent enhancement items. I heard the corporation paid a lot for the usage rights, but I've no idea how Herta managed to get hold of one.
They were acquired legitimately. That's all I can say. Take them. They're very useful.
Hello. Man, we're getting all sorts of new people tonight. Sadie? Yes. I'm on Sadie. I believe that's also the one that I have. Yes. I have this on my main one too. Let's see what we have around here. We might not have anything around here. Okay, we'll come back for that. What would you like to suggest? That's still... Oh. So I know this stream says starting Honkai Star Rail, but I have already played. This is my second account, so. But you don't have to worry too much about me in the meta, because I don't. When I'm on Genshin, I probably have more meta characters, but that's because I actually wish a lot more on this, but I'm not really too concerned. I'm not really too concerned about Honkai. She's gonna yell at me until I put a character there, so oh my god. There we go. You can stop yelling at me about having a character. No, don't feel bad. I totally get it. No, with this one, half the time, I don't even get what the characters do. Pretty sure this leads me into a big fight. I remember when I was doing the prologue initially, there was one fight that
Is that it? We've reached
It's
the
here.
elevator already? That wasn't too many monsters.
Is this one? I had to redo it like twice. So we're gonna
Move carefully. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
My turn! Here! Try that again! You can't run! You're annoying! Phew!
Let's make it quick.
Try that again!
Rules are made to be broken.
oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate
You don't say you're welcome.
Try that again! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
It's too late to repent.
With me out here, how can we lose?
kind of love that. The power
Let's
of
make it
cuteness.
The time is now.
You can't run! You have the worst luck running into me. Watch this!
Step aside. I have no issue.
You're annoying! You can't run! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Rules are made to be broken.
There we go.
Hey, sore losers! You can't just gang up on us!
Go!
Why does it always have to get this exciting? Anyway, at least you're back.
I was gonna say I couldn't remember for a minute
done
who
home.
had
You've been through a lot.
Yeah, on my main one when I was obviously thinking about what character I wanted to get off of the free one. She was, or not the free one, but the like the 50 pull thing. She was one of them. I ended up with Japard. He was pretty good. I mean, he's such a good shielder, and it worked really well. But on my main account, I have him. I have Bailu. I have Dr. Ratio. I got my free Dr. Ratio. And I have Robin. Robin's so good. I like that she sings. I just think it's swell.
Himeko, what took you so long? That last wave of Antimatter Legion came at us like a swarm of locusts. Have you ever tried shooting locusts with a bow?
I wouldn't have made a difference. My orbital cannon can deal with a whole bunch of enemies at once, but I couldn't just blow up the space station with it. Herta would not like that.
Oh, this is just for fun, so I'm not streaming my main account. I wanted to stream like the whole game, and since I'd already started on my main account, that's why I just didn't stream on that one, basically. I wanted to start from the beginning, kind of. Basically, I started streaming not to like have people watch, but so that I could have VODs that I could go back and watch myself do. So also, I should be clear, on my main account, I've made it through the prologue and like the first part of the main story, like the first part of the main story. Like, they came to arrest us and we ran away and then we got knocked unconscious and this whole thing. Like, so why I started streaming this now is because I just graduated with my grad degree and had to move across the country and for a job, and I got a PlayStation 5 as a graduation gift so I could finally stream Star Rail and play Star Rail. Although, mostly it was so that when I play Genshin, it doesn't look like trash. Genshin was slowly killing my PS4. It was like slowly dying. Thank you. So, yeah, like, everything on my channel is just for fun. If you stick around to watch me play other games, you'll note that, like, anything that has a leveling ability of, like, easy, difficult, really difficult, I always go easy. I just like to have fun and kind of, yeah, because I play the other one on my what I call my main on my phone. But I took a break from it when I was in the process of moving because, like, it was really the last thing on my mind while I was moving across the country. Like, I did not care about Honkai Star Rail. With Genshin, though, like, I have a main account that I stream on, and I have an alt account that I started from the beginning with. Yes. Just in time. I saw that like days before my parents came to help me move and had given me the PS5, so I was like, yes. But with Genshin, if you're into Genshin and you want to watch me play that, I do have a main and an alt, and my main account is definitely staying my main account. With my main account, I do all of the events on that one. Like, that's where I stream all the events. And then I do, because it's caught up to the main story, I play all new content on that. And then my alt account, I just finished the Leeway Archon quest, and I've explored all of Mondstadt on that one. So that one's definitely not close to caught up, and that's why, like, I don't do any of the events and stuff on it. That one's purely like here we're starting from the beginning. And then the other non-Hoyoverse game that I'm currently playing is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I'm kind of racing to try to get that done as soon as possible because I just bought Baldur's Gate 3 and I really want to stream that. But I don't want to like start Assassin's Creed Odyssey and then not finish it. So if you have a look at my schedule, that gives you an idea of what things look like. Kind of, pretty much. I do, unfortunately, during the week, I don't stream a ton because I do have this job now. And I can't promise that the during the week streams, like Monday and Wednesday streams, are always going to happen because, bestie, I don't like waking up at 6:45 the next morning. Sometimes I just want to go to bed. But yeah. No, I guess while I have a live audience of people who don't personally know me, maybe I should introduce myself a little bit. I am Maddie, if you couldn't tell from the name. I have a master's degree. Said that. I'm a librarian. That's what my master's degree is in. I am a reference librarian, so I help answer research questions. I really, really like Genshin Impact. I've been playing that for... This will be 2 years. I started right before Sumeru came out. And then I've only been playing Honkai for like a month. Yeah, I'm Lisa, and I kind of look like Lisa, except I'm really, really short. Nice to meet both of you. Other important thing to note, obviously kind of said it, I play on my PlayStation, so if there's any, like, if you've watched, because a lot of people play on their PC and that's how they stream it, if there's any weirdness, that's kind of why. That's also why mic audio is not going to be super professional because I'm not playing with, like, you know, a mic in front of me. It's just a headset mic. And I only play PlayStation games. So there's no... I don't have a full-on computer. All I have is a laptop. So... yeah, despite kind of looking like Lisa, I feel like I have a very different personality from her. I am kind of lazy. I will say that. But I don't know. If I had to pick a Genshin character who I was most like, I would say maybe Nilou. And when I've done quizzes before, Hydro is always my element. I could see Nilou. Or maybe, yeah, I think she's probably one of my closest. I also always list Alhaitham to an extent. Like, there's aspects of Alhaitham's personality that, like, are kind of me, which sounds weird because you'd think he's the opposite of Nilou, but like it's kind of like if you mashed the two of them together. Like, I'm not quite as like brusque and stern as him, but like it's more like I have my really emotional moments, and then other times I'm just kind of like, I'm really into reading, and but I think I'm a bit nicer than him. That's why I kind of said Nilou as well. Like I said, maybe if the two of them, like, yeah. I could see Kaveh as well. It sounds really weird that I've thrown out Alhaitham because he's such the opposite of these two characters. I think I just understand Alhaitham. Maybe it's more like in my head I'm Alhaitham, but on the outside I'm like a Nilou or a Kaveh. Maybe that's how it is.
Are you all right, Arlan? Asta's been worried about you.
Oh, yes. My AC is turned on. So, other fun fact about me, I talked about I moved across the country. I moved from all the way up north, where, I mean, it wasn't cold in the summer. We did have a heat wave last year in the summer, but like, it was even in the summer, like maybe 70 degrees. I now moved all the way down south in the US. And it's really, really hot. It's like not even summer yet, and it's 90 degrees, and I'm not okay with that.
I'm fine. A quick patching up will do. Thanks for asking. I'll report the situation to lead researcher Asta immediately. Bye.
It was a very immediate bye.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Himiko, navigator of the Astral Express.
I don't know why, but I just realized that I haven't done my Duolingo lesson for the day. Y'all are gonna hear me do my Duolingo lesson. I hope we're cool with that. If we're not, it's okay.
Bon. Maman. Douche. Petit.
Cold this past winter. It got really cold. So, because I'm not living in there anymore, I feel comfortable saying it. I lived in Wisconsin. It got really, really cold for a week, which was bad because it was the week following like a collective 16 inches of snow.
Maman, tu es grande? Maman.
And so nothing could melt, and for some reason they didn't put the salt down. But it was really, really cold, and I only remember this because where I was at Mass in Wisconsin, the university I was at had a big lake that it was against, which pretty obvious where I was. And froze over in the winter, and you walked on it, and it was like a yearly thing, like that you had to do at least once. And for some reason, I decided to walk on it during this week, but the problem was, unlike the previous years that I'd done it where I could actually walk down the stairs, the water, it had been so windy and it had frozen so fast, the water had been like going up against the stairs, so it was just a straight like diagonal down. You couldn't actually walk on the stairs, so I'd just slide down them. And so I was covered with snow, and I didn't have gloves because I didn't really plan ahead. And so I got so cold. I thought my hand was going to have frostbite.
Chef. Chef. Aussi. Mince. Pop.
You'll be glad to know my Duolingo lesson is going well. I was just there for my master's degree. I am from the Midwest, and then I went to, so I'm from Nebraska, and then I went to school for my undergraduate in Iowa. And then
Sophie et Alice sont très riches. Mais
I moved to Wisconsin for my master's degree.
5 maisons et 10 voitures.
Paul est moins intelligent que Marie.
And then where I am now, like, it was not in the plan to move here. Kind of. So you would think Nebraska's, because it's right in the middle, but you would think it's not close enough north to get a lot of snow or cold. But it actually did get not so much snow, but it did get cold.
Papa, Elena.
I'm almost done. I don't know why I'm so dedicated to Duolingo, but I am.
In other words, she's in charge of where the express goes.
March hasn't been any trouble for you along the way, has she?
Well, she keeps forgetting that, like, I don't remember anything and I have amnesia. I mean, I've reiterated it a couple times to her and she keeps asking me questions.
Carefully about how you want to reply to that. Well, that's the joy of youth. We should take every step forward full of energy. She's a discerning one, isn't she, Dan Heng?
I have the right to remain silent.
Look at you all. You've already gotten really close. Come on. Asta's been worried about all of you.
Thank you for joining my team temporarily.
I don't want to die.
Oh, then don't die. I don't know what to tell you about that. More reading. Okay. If you feel you can't complete your work, congratulations, at least you retained an objective awareness of the external environment. What if I think I can do it? Hey, who scribbled on my note? You know, the medical cabin on the space station is pretty cutting edge. The fees are also borne by the IPC. Let me sincerely advise the two people above to seek help. To the researcher of the unbearable weight curio, I heard you are an expert on cosmic biodiversity, so I'd like to present to you a few questions I have been asking myself. I hope your answers will bring some enlightenment to my path. For this, I have, through various formal and informal meetings, spiritually infused in regular fiber paper letters. That makes no sense. Participated in passionate debates on whether Tautanid are silicon-based life forms or just rocks. However, there are still questions that beg to be answered. As we know, the discipline in which you operate has defined Tautanids as silicon-based life forms that communicate with internal electrical signals. However, they have already become extinct through the long amber eras, leaving behind only a crown encrusted with a thought monotectic of past monarchs, a curio unbearable weight. Excuse my ignorance, but I have a few questions. 1. Since Tautanids allegedly communicate with electrical signals, no one in this cosmos would be able to decipher their thoughts, language, or history. So then, you can claim that said electrical signal exists, but I can also claim that said signal does not exist. How can we determine its falsifiability? 2. Since it is not falsifiable, maybe the racial history of the Tautanids was just a fabrication of the history fictionologists since the beginning. 3. In this space station, aside from specific individuals, most researchers don't usually step out of the comfort of their labs, and therefore There had been no one who traveled to planet Taunton to verify and study this claim. Simply obtaining a crystal crown and a grand history that is, again, unverifiable, had determined that the Tautonids are life forms with a long cultural history. Isn't this going against the criteria of research? Number 4. The Interdisciplinary Summit in the Space Station, the Department of Cosmic Geography listed the mineral composition of the unbearable weight in a detailed report, defined it as a rare mineral cluster. However, the Department of Ecology named it a thought monotectic construct of an extinct race and claimed the curio as their own. This, in my humble opinion, is no different than that of a pirate. After much thought and many restless nights, I have decided that I cannot bear the thought of your good name being solely due to misguided curio categorization. I also cannot bear the thought of my discipline being stampeded under the strong-arming ways of the Department of Ecology. The reason for my composing of this letter and my blathering is merely so that I can convey 3 sentences which are, Tautonids are fucking rocks, Tautonids are fucking rocks, Tautonids are fucking rocks. Straightforward Department of Cosmic Geography research. Listen, when I put my VODs on YouTube, I list them all as not for kids, so I'm gonna say the words. I can't stop you from watching, but my language is not child friendly. Oh, more memos. Sometimes at night, the mysterious melon fairy will appear on the sea dial and make the melon you planted about 3 times larger. However, if you only planted snap peas, she will seek you out and punch you. So far, I've only gotten punched, so I switched to planting melons. I hope she appears again. Update. The melon fairy in the sea dial is fake news. That terrible person who only said that because she was found out trying to steal my snap peas punched me. I shouldn't have trusted her. Update 2. Dear friends, I'm rescinding my statement before. The melon fairy is not a divine being because I did see her. She said she wanted to write my report for me. Hee. Another person's handwriting. Just stop. This is a hallucination caused by the hallucinogens from our department leaking into the fertilizer. Wake up. There will be no pretty melon fairy coming to help any of you complete your requests. Oh, yeah. Let's hope my own parents don't hear me on here being like, I'm gonna say whatever I want. Okay, fragment of a weekly report by the Department of Ecology researcher. Week 18. Complete the in vitro expansion research on small molecule compound combinations. Can't find a suitable compound materials, only completed hypothesis proposal. No worries, it can be done next time. Next week. Cooperate with the medical department and study the automated application of magnetically controlled microstructure modulation in tissue regeneration. Progress at 50% continuing. Conclusion, I don't think Joanne would be able to do things strictly by the books and be so efficient. I made at least 3 operation mistakes this week. Need to learn from Joanne next week. Cooperate with the medical department, study the automated applications of magnetically controlled microstructure modulation in tissue regeneration and complete the thesis. 75% Department of Ecology and complete medical department and 0 progress. I heard Joanne was down with some kind of virus. I hope she's fine. Study temporarily suspended. Next week, cooperate with the medical department, study the automated application of magnetically controlled microstructure modulation. God, I keep trying to say modulation in tissue regeneration and complete thesis. At 75%, no new progress, waiting on the medical department. This Joanne, excuses galore, just doesn't want to work. Ha ha, what thesis? Procrastinating again. Ha ha ha, my study, my report, my output. Why does the medical department continue to employ someone like this? Shameful. I will never work with her again. Complete the in vivo analysis of homing mechanism of alien cells. The homing process of cells in the new microenvironment has been understood, and the underlying structure and principles of action need to be followed up. This time is essentially my own effort, but I don't think Joanne has this kind of connection to acquire alien Usher cells. She only has a little bit of wrapping up to do, so I'll help her out this time. Joanne is not too bad. Maybe her procrastination is a little serious, but she's still a kind person. Yeah, I know. Truthfully, I just kind of have a potty mouth, so I don't even try to, like, not talk. It wouldn't work. Species of galaxy Wubaboo. On the surface, this book is no different from any other, but upon closer examination, you will find that it is surrounded by a layer of stellar light as if imbued with a hidden spell. The encyclopedic information on Wubaboo is recorded on the open page of the book. You can turn the page with your hand, but the content will always remain the same. It's almost like flipping through a book of sifting sand. It seems that you need some sort of authorization to view the other contents, some sort of key. Okay, so Wubaboos are also called Wubba, Jinx, Mischievous Astral Spirit. They are Kingdom Spiritual Organism, Class Astral Spirit, Order Shapeless, Family Spirit Essence, and Species Heliobus. So, summary of the research. Spiritual organisms represented by astral spirits can be traced back to the recorded beginnings of the Amber Era. The Leviathan's conception theory believes that some older Leviathans were running around after the Dusk Wars. During their lengthy slumber, their decomposed cells became the seedbed for organic organisms. It's a little weird. And their dissipating life force became wandering astral spirits. However, more and more scholars have begun to publicly denounce the Leviathan's concept theory in recent years. Other nascent theories are not included here. In the beginning, the astral spirits did not possess individual wills, and all they did was float and wander aimlessly in the cosmos. During the era of Trailblaze, as the Nameless traversed the cosmic expanse, the astral spirits became allured by the human freedom of travel. Mortal beings possessing the strong emotions of love and lust made a strong impact on the barren core of the astral spirits. Humans have become the most desirable hosts for astral spirits. The astral spirits would follow the scent of emotions and find their prey, possess their body, and turn the host into a mindless walking corpse. Hosts that aren't able to fuse with the astral spirits will die on spot. A verified case of Nameless named Erwin Hustler became possessed by an astral spirit and managed to form a symbiotic relationship with it. Those possessed by astral spirits and ended in tragedy are lost as time goes on. Afterward, these types of spiritual organisms hid and blended into human society. Their exceptional abilities to sense emotion and control people's hearts and minds are feared by many. Wubaboos have inherited the abilities of their astral spirit ancestors, but are not as deadly. On their own, Wubaboos enjoy scaring people and appear as ghostly, semi-transparent, shifting forms. After attaching itself to a host, the personality of the host will change dramatically and their behavior completely altered. After committing a series of pranks, the host will regain consciousness. If the brutal acts of astral spirits are for the purpose of possession and evolution, then Wubaboos roaming would purely be for fun. That's right, they go around being mischievous for no specific reasons and would leave after they got bored. The ruckus would end and the host would return to normal, but the damages caused along the way cannot be salvaged. According to the space station Adler's tier system, Wubaboos fall under the medium containment level. Although it does not pose a deadly threat, it does have the potential to cause a lot of trouble and should be kept from breaking loose. I have to say, it does seem like translation of the text is not as good as, like, Genshin's translation. There's some grammatical stuff that I've noticed. A pair of trash cans with an unusual sorting method. Whether or not trash is digestible by noblesse worms. But no, some of the text that I've run into so far is just not the same level of translation quality. Okay, Totnid. All those things we were reading about before. Electric giant, glowing star, polyhedron, respiring boulder, kingdom inorganic organisms, class Silica, order Monotectoid, family Petragigus. The homeworld of the Totanids is a planet plagued by catastrophic storms. It is said that tornadoes that pass through will destroy everything in its path, leaving only the strongest and most resilient lives. This species appears as a translucent crystal with an internal logic center called a thought monotectic. Two individuals of this species would communicate with each other by emitting electrical signals through this organ. Their language, psyche, and history are unknown to the cosmos. The era of the Mecha Wars, Totanids were loyal sidekicks to the Mechas. After their defeat, the Totanids were eradicated by organic creatures and became extinct. Totanids turned into mineral ores after their passing, and their past disease developed into splashes of color within their bodies. The Totan planet thus became a cavernous, rocky planet blighted with storms. When the fires of war cleared, only a royal crown, which embodied the history of its monarchy, was left behind in the silent winds. And then here's the Curio, the unbearable weight. Curio kept within the confines of the space station, appearing as a crystal-encrusted crown. It is actually the imperial crown from the silicon-based life forms of the Totan planet, a living fossil of the monarchy's history. According to rumors, each deceased Totan emperor will have their logic center embedded in this crown, composed of the logic centers of previous emperors. The Totanids believe this crown brings the wisdom of generations to its rulers. It's also the reason why the rulers of Totanid would always be unusually large, heavy, and beautiful. In the past few Amber eras, there are scholars who believe that the crown actually stores racial memories and basic cells of the Totanids. They also believe that exposing the crown to moonlight would allow them to touch the buried history of the race. With the kindling of life from that aeon, this lost people of yesteryear can be given a rebirth. Oh my gosh. 2634. Herta, you write a lot. Interastral Peace Corporation, so the IPC. Qlipoth, the Amber Lord, a colossal statue without a head, silent and oblivious. They only think about constructing their mysterious and giant wall. What was it for? No one knows. What is it they're trying to keep out? No one knows. Most normal people ignore it after realizing their ignorance. There are always abnormal people in this world. There are two different types even in that group. One type thinks that, wow, there's a god building a wall. This means walls are sacred, so we're going to build walls too. What kind of ridiculous logic is this? And with that, this group of people believes they've received some sort of revelation and began wasting precious resources to build useless things on their respective planets. These people are known as the Architects. As for the other group, well, they're even dumber than the Architects. Although the Architects have a few screws loose in their head, they're at least thinking about doing things that are beneficial to themselves. On the contrary, the other group of people think that, wow, there's a god building a wall. That means walls are sacred, so we have to help God build walls. What? With that, group of people filled with self-sacrificing mentality gathered and formed a support team for Qlipoth. Knowing that they're not exactly capable of doing anything, this support team used the power of paths and flew to different worlds to source the various materials needed for building a wall as a tribute to the god. This very moment, two intelligent individuals emerged from this group of imbeciles and changed the destiny of the entire cosmos. And now, the writer will explain the events to follow in detail. First, the support team flew to an unfamiliar planet. They were lucky to find the planet inhabited by a friendly race who received them warmly. The support team said, "Respected companions of the cosmos, the universe is facing destruction, and our Eon is building a wall spanning across light years to protect the cosmos. We urge you to take part and join in on the construction." The aliens replied, smiling, "Wow, that sounds extraordinary. What can we do to help?" The support team said, "We need wood, stone, rebar, cement, titanium, maybe some wooden veneers, anything and everything that can be used in construction. We want them all." The aliens replied, "Good. We have a lot of those materials. What will you use to trade for them?" And this is when the first landmark of economics was born, the trade of resources. The support team says, we have a lot of wood, stone, rebar, cement, titanium, anything and everything it can use to build stuff. We have it all. The alien replies, this kind of trade would be pointless. This is when the wise ones take the stage. Today, both of their names are inscribed into each wall and ceiling panel of the IPC. Louis Fleming and Dongfang Quijing. Wise ones quickly answer, there is a planet called Clementine, 3 systems from here. It has a local specialty called winter sunfruit that is incredibly delicious and melts in your mouth. The two upsold the berry, as if it were something that fell out of heaven. The aliens reply, wow, that sounds amazing, okay. 500 kilograms of wood for 500 kilograms of winter sunfruit. This is when resource gained a quantitative value. Winter sunfruits are extremely precious. Wise man number 1, Louis Fleming, said, an entire amber arrow wouldn't yield 500 kilograms of it. On the contrary, 500 kilograms of wood means very little to you. How about this? We'll trade 5 kilograms of winter sunfruit for your 500 kilograms of wood. I guarantee you'll love it. Dear readers, this conversation took place nearly 800 ampere hours ago. I'm sure you can tell that wise man number 1 was being completely dishonest. The winter sunfruits may be delicious, it is nowhere near as rare as he described it to be. The wise man was lying. He was able to do this because he had the ultimate advantage, or asymmetric information. Of asymmetric. See? It's a translation here. Once one party has more information than the other, then they will gain the absolute initiative. When applied to this specific incident, it meant that wise man number 1 possessed the power to set prices. And with that, things start to develop in a positive direction. The support team realized that they need to provide and trade with merchandise that the other party is interested in for them to get the resource they want. The support team no longer purchases only construction materials, but start to buy food, drinks, clothes, and everyday goods. They bought everything that other planets would be interested in. The more business they did, the bigger their business grew. Intellect number 2, Dongfang Quijing, realized something. If there are only people in the entire cosmos that are in the trade business, it's time for them to set their own rules. And with that, the galactic currency was born. More than 770 amber hours ago, Louis Fleming and Dongfang Quijing announced the reformation of the support team and started the Interastral Peace Corporation, the IPC. The same moment, the IPC introduced the Universal Galactic Currency, credits. Ever since that day, the people of each planet never had to worry about how much they could trade for their local specialties. Everything already had a price tag attached to it. They would receive credits from the IPC and use the credits to purchase merchandise from the IPC. The market is no longer comprised of 3 parties with the IPC in the middle. Now people can purchase goods directly from the IPC. Although the sellers and buyers didn't change much, this actually forms a great advantage for the IPC. Buyer and seller asset movement seems to come to a halt. Halted assets means that there are now deposit capital. Assets valued in the trillions have suddenly become hidden behind the IPC's credits and immediately filled the IPC's pockets, but the IPC has bottomless pockets, and just like that, the IPC turned from being just a small organization sourcing materials for an aeon to the strongest force in the entire cosmos. However, it is worth mentioning that even after having made such a great accomplishment, the IPC never forgot why the organization was put together in the first place. The construction materials the IPC has accumulated for nearly 800 amber eras are now piled across each planet surrounding Aeon Gleepols. The Aeon has never uttered a word about their actions, nor made any use of their offerings. Even so, the IPC's outlook remains unwavering. This is what you call faith. That's great. They can be adjusted. God. I'm gonna lose my voice at this rate.
Projectile radar tracking normal.
Alright, have a good night or day, whatever it is where you are.
Our measurements predict that the Legion is about to unleash over 10 waves of continuous
I'll be
attacks.
back on tomorrow
Everyone, brace yourselves.
during daytime for me. So, we'll be playing Assassin's Creed.
glad you're all back safe. Arlen just told me about the situation at the storage zone and about his injury. Thank you for all your help. In times of disaster, I realize more and more that the space station's researchers are its most valuable assets. Alas, we were ill-prepared for such emergencies. We should have built up our security and combat departments. But on the other hand, the entire crew of the Astral Express seems to be extraordinarily skilled.
What is the current situation on the space station?
The situation is under control for now. The damage to our security system was minor. The intruder only managed to alter a small amount of data, so it was easy to fix. The real problem lies with the researchers. They trust Madame Herta wholeheartedly and never thought that the space station would be breached by the Legion. A broken spirit is far worse than a broken body.
Let's go speak with the researchers. Right now, the space station can't afford any more unexpected turns, especially from within. Have you tried contacting Herta?
I sent multiple letters, all met with silence. You know her, Himiko. The space station is but a mere warehouse for followers and rare items. She doesn't really care about it.
I knew it. No matter. I'll also send a letter to Herta and tell her that we've brought the rare item she seeks. At least that might get her attention.
Oh, that would be of great help.
Oh. Well, we got another character. Okay, I'll come back and do the character trials in a minute. Get rid of all these notifications. Take a minute. Okay, so we got Asta and Servo. Okay. Okay, we need someone with your addition. That'll be you. Okay. Guess let's do all these character trials. This is not good. My screen's it's like locked me out. Like I can't. This is so weird. It's like clammed up my whole screen. Like I'm pressing buttons and it's not doing anything. I might have to stop the stream and then come back in just a second.